Hi guys, welcome back. So today is going to be a really fun video. I'm going to be doing some experimenting and we're going to be talking about box dye. Yes, box dye. I said it. I said the two most deadly words to a hairdresser. The two words that make us cringe and want to cry and pull our own hair out. Box dye. We're going to be talking about that. And I have a special guest here, Miss Karen, that we're going to be experimenting on. So if you want to hear why us hairdressers have so many problems with box dye and why we really don't like it, then go ahead and keep on watching. Ghost, is it gonna get interesting?
Ghost, you okay?
Is it gonna get interesting, Ghost? Is it? Lola? Is it gonna get real interesting? You're going to see the dogs in the background of this video a lot, so don't mind them. They're just doing what they do best, being crazy. So today we're going to be talking about box dye. Box dye is a very touchy subject. Some people love it, mostly consumers. And then you have the people that hate it, which are hairstylists. I know that box dye is a really affordable option and very easily accessible for some people, but the truth is that you're never gonna know what you're getting when it comes to box dye. So the way that they design box dye is they design it as a one-size-fits-all product, which color is most definitely not a one-size-fits-all product, but I'll go into that. Because that's impossible. It's not a one-size-fits-all. You can't just have this one box of color that is going to work for every single person on this planet. It's impossible. So, like I said, they design it as a one-size-fits-all product. So, in order to make it a one-size-fits-all product, they have to put so much pigment and such a high level of ammonia and all that stuff into that product to try to make it suit every single person's hair type and texture. But like I said, that's impossible because not one formulation of color can fit every single person's hair type and texture. We all have different hair types. We have fine, medium, coarse texture. Not one tube of color is going to fit every single one of us. That's impossible. And so I have a problem with that because you don't know how much pigment is in that box of color. Somebody can use a ash brown on their hair and it'd be completely fine, whereas another girl that has more fine, thin hair, which is about 3 shades lighter, can use that same ash brown on her hair and her hair will turn a very mucky green color. So you don't know how much pigment is in that color and if it's going to be okay for your hair type and your hair texture. And then you really don't know what volume of developer you're getting in there. For all you know, you could be getting a 30-40 volume, which for most toners to just tone your hair, you only need a 5 or 10 volume. For your gray coverage, all you need is a 20 volume. You don't need anything higher than a 20 volume for root touch-ups, color touch-ups, toner touch-ups. You don't need anything higher than a 20 volume. So they're just very unpredictable. You really just don't know what you're gonna get. They're very aggressive and it's just, like I said, you're just not going to get the best, most even results. So yeah, like I said, the box color that you are picking up is designed to be a one-size-fits-all product when in reality, it can't be. We all have different pigments that are going to come from our hair. We're all going to need different pigments to make our hair look the way that we want it to look. That's why I always recommend going to a professional, not just because I'm a professional, because trust me, before I went into doing hair, before I went to school and became a cosmetologist, I definitely experimented on my own hair and I had some great outcomes and some not so great outcomes. I had to visit the hairdresser and get yelled at, just like I have done to many of my clients for using box dye. And yeah, it's not pretty when you mess up your hair. But that's the great thing about hairstylists, is that we're taught to customize color for our clients and for their hair needs. We're able to pick out, okay, this is what I want as my base color, and let me add a little bit of this to add some of that pigment. Let me put a little bit of this because it looks like she needs some of this. Okay, we're trying to combat gold tones. All right, let me put a little bit of this in there. That way we can help get rid of those gold tones that she doesn't want, that brassiness. You should see some of my color formulas. There's like 6, 7 different colors into one formula that I use on one head. Yeah, so it's all about formulating for that person's specific hair type, specific hair texture, the color that they're going for, the stuff that we're trying to combat, the stuff that we're trying to enhance. It's a whole science. I've made my fair share of mistakes as a hairstylist where I didn't formulate right and I didn't get the exact color that I wanted and my client wanted, but it's so much easier to reverse the effects of something that a hairstylist is doing, because we have that knowledge and we're kind of like, okay, I put too much of this, so let me go ahead and fix it with that, or let me go ahead and do this, that way we can fix that. Whereas if you're doing your own box color at home and you mess up and then you have to go to a hairstylist to get that fixed, it could possibly be a big chunk of change that it's going to cost you to fix that. You're more likely going to be looking into a color correction. So that's just my thing. I'm not just saying this because I'm a professional hairstylist. I am just putting the facts out there and just giving you guys my professional opinion. And yeah, so yeah, that's one of the main big problems that I have with box dye, is that they make it seem like, oh, this is going to be great for everyone, it's going to work for all of you, when it's not. It's not going to work for everyone. The majority of the time it's not going to work for you. It's going to make your hair look not that great. It's going to give you inconsistent results, and it's going to make your hair feel like crap. So that's one of the main problems that I have. So another reason why I really dislike box colors is because of all of the metallic dyes and metallic salts that are in them. And so this is where we kind of get into the area of where people put box dye on their hair and then they're wanting to go lighter. Metallic dyes and metallic salts are very hard to work with when trying to go lighter, and let me explain why. So one thing that metallic salts and metallic dyes do is every time you're putting that box color on your hair, it's building up on your hair and it's just creating another layer on your hair that is going to be harder to break through with lightener. So it's just building up and building up and building up on your hair strand, and it's just going to make it even harder to remove. Another reason why metallic salts and metallic dyes, and like my number one reason to why they are terrible and why they scare the shit out of me, is because I've had it happen in my years of doing hair where I've had someone come in and they wanted to remove this box color from their hair and try to go lighter, and I've done everything by the book, been as safe as possible, but it's just so unpredictable. Metallic salts and metallic dyes can like cause heat in your hair even more than our hair, like our scalp already produces. So just imagine the heat from your scalp and the foils and then these metallic salts, they're causing even more heat and they're causing the foils and your hair to swell, where I have seen someone's hair from using box dye and trying to lighten it literally smoke and turn to gum. But that box dye in the hair, that's what caused that reaction to the chemical, and there's no way to get around it. Once you put box dye in your hair, if it's a dark color and you're trying to go lighter, there's no other way to get your hair lighter than by using lightener. There's no way. So there's no way to go around it. That's why I always tell people that if you're going to want to go lighter, definitely do not put box dye on it. Even professional hair color, when clients want to go dark, when they come to me and they're like, oh, I want to go darker, I always ask them, are you sure? Are you sure you want to go darker? You're not going to want to be blonde anytime soon. You're not going to want to go lighter anytime soon, because even once I put this professional color that I custom formulated for you, it's still going to be a little bit hard for you to go lighter if you want to, and it's going to still be hard on your hair, because at the end of the day, we're using chemicals on your hair. So you're going to get some type of damage anyways. But the difference is that if I'm custom formulating and keeping those records of what I used on my client, and knowing what they're doing to their hair because they're coming and seeing me, I can keep record of that, and I can prepare myself for when that client wants to go lighter. Whereas when someone comes to me and they could be telling me the truth, or they could be lying to me. They could tell me, oh, I just used box dye on my hair one time, and when in reality they've been using it for 5 years, and they do it once a month, and they run it all throughout their hair. So it's just very unpredictable, and it can just get very messy. That's why when clients come in and I can tell that they've done box in their hair, or they tell me that they've done box in their hair, I always recommend we do a test strand, because that is going to show not only me how the client's hair is going to react, how it's going to lift, about how light I can get that person. It's going to show them, and it's going to give them a better understanding, because I can sit here and explain all day color theory and how color works and how box color works and all this stuff, because I went to school and got educated for it. But at the end of the day, the client did not go to school for it, so they don't understand all these words that I'm saying. So I have to show them what it means. So that's why I always do a strand test. That way I can show the client, like, hey, this is what your hair is doing. This is all we're going to be able to get from one session, and this is how your hair is going to react. So this is the prescription that I'm going to write up for you. We can do one session, and we can do a haircut, and we can do this and this and this and this and this, and we can follow up with this, and you're going to need to buy this and this and this to keep your hair as healthy as possible. So yeah, those are the main couple reasons why I really despise, and why my fellow hairstylist friends probably despise hair color, box hair color as well. Yeah, I just wanted to just put a little bit of facts out there, especially right now during this time where I know it's very hard to kind of stay away from that, and it's very tempting to just want to like go to the store and buy that color and just put it on your hair. I just wanted to put some facts out there and just say don't do it, because it's going to be so much harder on you and on your hair and on your wallet in the long run. So yeah, those are just my thoughts and my opinions. But yeah, just yeah, I'll shut up. But the reason why I have my special guest, Miss Karen, here is because we're actually going to do a little experiment on her. Okay, so I actually went ahead and on one of my essential trips to the store, I made my way to the box dye aisle. I know. I never thought that I would do that purposely, but I did. I made my way to the box dye aisle, and I bought one of the most inexpensive box colors, and in the most well-known color that I get. Typically when I get box dye clients, they're always like a really dark brown or black. So I bought Miss Revlon number 11 soft black. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to demonstrate on Miss Karen here a strand test. So what I'm gonna do is, she has virgin, healthy, beautiful hair. So I'm gonna take a little strand of hair and I'm going to color it with this soft black. Just once. We're going to process it for the amount of time that it says on the box and do exactly what it says. Rinse it out, blow dry her, and then I'm going to go in and do a strand test on it. So I'm gonna lighten a piece where we don't have the box dye on it, and then I'm going to lighten a piece where we do have the box dye on it, just so you guys can see kind of what a strand test looks like and what box color can do only after using it once on the hair. So yeah, let's get into that. Are you ready, Karen? I think she's ready. I mean, I don't think she wants to put the box dye on her hair, but she doesn't really have a say. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I have Miss Karen here, and I just sectioned a little section off in the back. And so this one that's clipped off is going to be left alone, and then this piece right here is where we're going to use a box dye on it. I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Silk, beautiful color, and I bought the shade number 11, Soft Black. And let's just see what this says. Let's open it up. I can't even believe I have this in my house right now. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's supposed to be ammonia free. Okay, not sure, but okay. So this is the developer, and then this is the color, and then we have a step 3 in here, which is an after color conditioner. Okay, and then let me just read the instructions, make sure that I do this right. All right, step 1, mix color. First, put on coloring gloves, snip off the tip of cream color developer, then remove applicator cap from bottle. Next, pour all the ammonia-free colorant into the cream color developer bottle, and then finally replace cream color developer bottle applicator cap securely. Place glove finger over tip, pointing away from your face. Shake until mixture is completely blended. All right, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna use these and hopefully they work. Okay, all right, that worked. Snip it off. And then I'm gonna put the color in there. Oh, I should have my gloves on. Let me put my gloves on. I'm not gonna use those gloves because I already know that those are going to be real hard to use, so I'm just gonna use some of my gloves. I'm gonna take my scrunchie off. I don't wanna get it dirty. Okay, so we got our color. We got our developer, and I'm just gonna pour it in. All right, so it says to put the cap back on securely. Put your finger over it and shake. So like I said, I'm just gonna be applying that onto here, and then we'll let it process, and I'll check how much time it's supposed to process for right now.
All right, and so something that I commonly hear in the salon that I forgot to mention is that clients will come in sometimes and they'll be like, oh, I did box dye in my hair about a year ago, but it faded out already. Okay, so it can't just fade out of your hair. It's not like a toner when you're blonde and it fades out. No, box dye is different, especially if it's darker. It stays in your hair and it can't be taken out unless you lift it out with lightener or you completely cut that hair off. Other than that, it's gonna stay.
I'm not gonna take it all the way to her root, just because I'm going to use this doll for something else, so I don't want to have to deal with that much box dye. All right, so she is fully saturated. I'm going to go ahead and check to see how long I'm supposed to leave this on for. Okay, so it says, to leave on the hair for 25 minutes total. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I have her back. Like I said, this is the side that we did the box dye on, and this is her natural virgin side. So I'm gonna go ahead and lighten up both of these pieces. I'm gonna let them process for the same amount of time, and we'll see what kind of end result we get. I'm just gonna be using Paul Mitchell DPL dual purpose lightener. This is one of my go-to lighteners in the salon, and I'm just gonna be using it with 20 volume. This is just like my standard level of volume that I use, especially for color corrections. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply, and we'll see what kind of result we get. I'm gonna split it up into 2 subsections just to make sure they are really thin slices. Super nice and saturated. So I'm just going to do these on the other pieces, and I'm gonna leave it in for about 30 minutes, which is what I would normally leave it in for. When I do a strand test, and then we'll check back. Another little bit for this last section. This is why lightening your hair is not cheap, because just with 3 little subsections, I already used 1 full scoop, because you have to make sure that hair is really saturated so it lifts as evenly and as nicely as possible. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set a timer, and then I will go ahead and check them and shampoo them, condition them, and blow dry them, and we'll come back and see the results after 30 minutes. Okay, so this is our virgin side. So we're at about a nice clean level 8. It's very clean and consistent. It's all one tone, nice and even all throughout. It lifted very evenly and nicely for just 30 minutes. And then this side, we have our box color side. So it's very, very, very spotty. There's still some dark pieces in there. Very inconsistent. There's some level 5s, level 6, level 7s. There's just a bunch of different colors in there. It's just very uneven, very inconsistent. You just really don't know what you're going to get. Let me show these, try to show these side by side. I don't have the best lighting in here, but you can definitely just see the difference. All right, well, that is it for my little experiment today. This was a really fun video to film. I've been wanting to film this for a while because I always get asked by my clients why we hate box color so much as hairstylists, and just why it gets such a bad reputation. Like I said, these are my own thoughts and my own opinions. These are my reasons to why I don't personally like it. If you use it and it works, then do what's best for you. I'm just trying to put out as much information as I can and just try to educate my current and future clients a little bit more, and just educate the consumer a little bit more. But yeah, I'm definitely not making this to shame anybody. Like I said, if you use box color and it is working for you, then that is great, but I'm just doing this for educational purposes and because I'm bored in quarantine. So yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful and that you learned something new. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys, stay safe.